So, first things first, how are you?
Good.
Very good.
Good. You got that.
Okay. Well, what I want to start with is, I'm a basketball fan, and I was watching the NBA Allstar game the other day, and there you were.
And there we were.
So,
And you didn't know that we were going to be there.
I didn't know. So, what was that experience like for you?
Wow. Playing any massive sports event is pretty wild because there are so many. There's so many famous and powerful people from this other world that we're not usually a part of. The sports world has its Lady Gagas and it's Justin Bieber's, but it's like it's just sort of a different dimension from what we normally live in. But it was really fun. We got to hang out on stage with all the cheerleaders or like a cheerleader from every single sports team, and they're all super hot. And we're like these Ohio boys, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it's a crazy experience because it's so very visual, and there's so many things going on. So not only during our performance were there fireworks and confetti and things like that, and 30 beautiful dancers, but we got to sit courtside for some of the competitions, and it was amazing. I mean, here are these 7-foot tall guys just jumping 8 feet in the air and like dunking over a mascot, and it's crazy. And we've never experienced anything like that, so that was like a cool bonus. And at the same time, you're sitting next to celebrities and other sports heroes, and it's like, what? We just have never done that before.
Are you basketball fans?
Kind of.
I was a much bigger fan when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're kind of there's a American football team from our homeland.
Bengals.
The Bengals, yeah. So we follow them maybe a little more closely.
Okay. Well, what I want to go back to quickly is you took some time off before writing your last album. Was this time off necessary? Were you in need of it?
Absolutely. We had been on the road before writing this last record. We had been on the road for like 3.5, almost 4 years straight, pretty much. And so we had done some writing in between gigs, in hotel rooms, in the van, on the bus, but had never gotten a chance to set aside a few days, much less a few weeks, a month and a half, to just sit together and write and do nothing but write. So that time was crucial, I think. And in that time, we wrote 30 songs, something like that, and ended up eventually with almost 50 songs for this record. And some of the best ones, some of the singles were some of the last songs that we had written. So, that whole process is important from beginning to end.
Well, you say you had a lot of songs, and some of the best ones were one of the later ones that you wrote. What were you looking for then? Because obviously after 30, you were still looking for something.
I guess there's always sort of a race against yourself to try and beat yourself, to try and best what you've already done. But we actually thought we had finished the process, and the label was like, nah, go write more. And I'm really glad that they did, because we just continued to push ourselves. And actually our new single, Work This Body, is all about that. It's all about pushing yourself beyond what you think are your limitations, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and trying to get the best, squeeze the best, most awesome thing out of yourself.
Yeah, it really taught us that we could never say, oh, we're done.
Right.
You just might as well keep pushing up until the last possible minute, which might, could get out of hand, but it's all for good reason.
But am I right in saying that this mentality is something that you had from the beginning, this ambition?
Yeah, ambition is something that kind of been a part of this band for since the beginning. We were never like, yeah, we just want to do this and play around town and just make it a hobby. It was always sort of the #1 game plan. There was never like really a backup plan, you know. Yeah, you know, even from like the early days, we were just like, I think, envisioning ourselves as like, how do we become the next Coldplay? How do we become, you know, one of these great rock bands that have traveled the world?
And what have you discovered along the way? That now, well, you've just played the All-Star game in front of a huge audience. So what kind of? Well, let me put it this way: where do you think you are on that path?
Well, I think the main thing we've learned overall is that we never reach that point. We never reach that point of like, okay, now we've gotten to where we wanted to be. You know, we can just hang out now and just take it easy. We're constantly realizing that once we get to a certain point, we only want to keep pushing ourselves further and keep chasing it. And who knows, we might end up going crazy because of that. But
yeah, it's kind of a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. But it's pushed us to keep striving for this, for everything we've gotten so far. So we'll keep going, you know.
And this process, I don't know if we realized how much time this sort of middle period is, this growth period where you get to go and travel and meet people and see these fans in Amsterdam or in Japan or someplace very, very, very far away from where you grew up, sing your words, you know, and sing along with your songs.
And people are still discovering too. Yeah, that middle period of you might have some fans, but there's still a ton more people out there that are discovering you for the first time, and even if you've, you know, I don't know how many times we've been to Europe, 5, 6 times we've been to Europe, and we're, you know, we've barely made a ripple in the pond, and we're gonna keep coming back as much as possible, and we're never gonna be. Yeah, I don't think we can ever settle.
Well, with that in mind, then, how would you define success in a way? It is quite a tough question. But.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
I feel like with success, I feel like maybe there are simultaneously sort of two versions of success. There's the one that is, as long as I'm making music and I'm doing what I love, and I can live and eat and shower, then I'm happy. That's a successful life. On the other hand, there's like, the work is never done, and we can always be doing something bigger, better, breaking down new barriers, making new music that's never been heard before.
Is it reaching the goal, or is it continuing to strive for the goal?
Right. And I feel like if you don't have a little bit of both, if you only have one where you're complacent, then that's not good. If you only have the other where you're always beating yourself up, that's not good. So you need to have a sense of, I guess what I'm saying is it's important to appreciate your own accomplishments in order to fuel yourself to keep moving forward.